Good y'all, Fuzion here, back with another reaction video. Sorry for being out all last week. I was sick, busy, had a lot of stuff going on. But I will be uploading quite a bit this week, so make sure you are subscribed and checking out for our videos. Now, Kendrick Perkins, best all-time point guards. He's got 5 of them. Here's how I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna pick my top 5. I watch a lot of basketball. I know a lot of basketball. I play basketball. I understand what a point guard for basketball is supposed to be. I think that is something that we have to figure out first. I think that's the most important thing. I think a point guard has to be, first of all, playing the position of point guard. I think there's arguments of AI being a point guard or not being a point guard. I do believe he does play the position of point guard, but I think stylistically, he's a 2. He's a shooting guard. He's going to score the basketball. He's not really out there feeding his team. He can make a play when needed, but you're not looking for AI to dish the basketball. You're looking for him to get buckets. And I'd look at him dumb if he's trying to overpass or make the extra pass when that's AI. You don't pass up many shots. So I'm putting him in the 2 category. But there's someone here who I think should be still considered the point guard, even though he does sort of play the same way as AI, is Steph. And I think more so he does have that ability to play make. You've seen games where he struggles but can find a way to make a play or get open for somebody else to be open, if that makes sense. If you've ever played basketball, you understand. Get yourself open so someone else can get open. That is what the Warriors basketball is in my eyes. I'm seeing a lot of passing and cutting, screens. It's a different type of playmaking. And I think that's why I put him at that position and why it's fair to put him at the 1 instead of AI, because a lot of AI is off the dribble, floaters, layups, mid-range. He'll take a 3, but you're expecting attack, 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 attack. With Steph, he does attack, but differently. He'll attack you by getting you tired. He'll attack you by not necessarily him being open, but because he's there, you have to be aware of him. And that causes easy plays for Andrew Wiggins, for soon to be Buddy Hield, for Draymond, for when Clay was in the game. So it just made it to where that just because he is there at that spot, he is playmaking by default. I think AI is a ball dominant guy, but he's not out there running through screens or running around screens, making people move. He will get the ball and break you down. Sort of like how Kyrie is. And that's why Kyrie is working better as a 2 in Dallas while letting Luka run the show. So that's why I don't put Kyrie on the list either. Because I think him and AI offensively are the same. So I'm not putting them on there because of that reason. And I think Kyrie has a reason to be up there just for greatest point guards in general. But how I am taking that, I am putting him at the 2. So that's the only reason he won't be on my list personally. This is Fuzion's list. So I got Steph, Magic, Chris Paul. I do got to put Chris Paul up there. There's a couple point guards that are really fighting for that position for the last 2 positions. You got Steve Nash, who's an option. Russ, just stat wise, if you're talking stats, overall gameplay, you know, like you need someone like that. John Stockton, Steve Nash, Oscar Robertson for the old head team out there. Jason Kidd as well. But I'm definitely going with Steph, Chris Paul, Magic. Healthy D Rose was a problem, but I think he also falls into that weird spot of, being a scoring guard. So I guess you gotta put in. I'm gonna definitely need some time with this. There's some options here where I think Isaiah Thomas. I don't think Gary Payton should be up there, but I think Gary Payton has always been a great point guard. So I guess old head style, Oscar Robertson and John Stockton. Personally, I would put Isaiah Thomas. I love how he plays. Very hard-nosed. He can score the basketball, but he also knows how to defend. And he won 2 championships in probably one of the harder eras. Right at the beginning of when Jordan was becoming, who Jordan was. It was right between the Magic and Jordan, Larry Bird era. Right then and there, he found a way to sneak in and get 2 of them. So I think I gotta put him in there for 4. And shit, I'll put Russ on there for 5. So my top 5 point guards in NBA history, personally: Chris Paul, Steph, Magic, Isaiah Thomas, and Russell Westbrook. Those are my top 5 point guards. My personal list. Stat-wise, Russ is a monster. Prime Russ, and there's a couple prime Russes if we really want to talk about it. There's the super fast, jump high, mid-range Russ. There's get every single triple-double, every single rebound Russ. There's clutch time Russ. Russ is one of those players who can fit in a lot of roles, and I think because of that, he knows how to be a good point guard. He knows what you're supposed to do in your spot because he understands scoring, understanding how to score, how to find a way to score, how the easiest way to score. He understands that because I do think he's a scoring point guard, and he would have been in that bucket with Kyrie and AI if he didn't have that crazy, I think it was 2 seasons of just crazy triple doubles. You got to be able to play make if you can do that, especially with that Thunders team. Because, boy, that team was ass. So he found a way to get triple doubles with that. He's got to be up there. He's got to be. Chris Paul, I think he's one of the best prototypical point guards ever to play the game. I think he's going to make Wemby better. Him being off or on the court. I think that his basketball mind and the way he thinks about the game of basketball seems to be on a different level. Just about how he made that Lob City team work. So you had 2 high-flying big men. You had Jamal Crawford, who is a scorer. You had JJ Redick, who is a great player. He can shoot the ball. He can defend slightly. So Reggie Jackson, Eric Bledsoe, Matt Barnes. It was a solid team, but to be able to get all those personalities to work in a probably one of the best regular season teams to watch, and definitely the funnest to watch, you got to be a leader and you got to be able to be a great point guard. And Chris Paul found a way to do that, so you got to respect him. It sucks that he doesn't have a ring. It sucks that Lob City team did not win a ring, but that just, you can add them into the bucket of great regular season teams that never won a championship, because there's a bunch of them. That 13-year-old lover and John Stockton, that Utah team was solid. They didn't win anything. Almost all of Charles Barkley's teams, his Phoenix, 76ers, Houston? Did he go to Houston for a bit? Those teams, They didn't work out. Mostly just his Phoenix team, I think. But yeah, that's just how it is. Like, not everybody's going to get a ring. Not everybody's going to win a championship. I think Chris Paul and that team could have won a championship. And I think it's just, it just sucks that they did. It just sucks that he didn't. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for what exactly a point guard, how I view a point guard, who my top 5 is for greatest point guards in my opinion. Yes, let me know what you guys think in the comments below on my top 5, your top 5, and a Big Perk's top 5. So let's go ahead and get started.
It's not Dave's list. It's not anybody else's list. This is Big Perk's big list of greatest point guards to ever touch the damn basketball. And coming in at number 5, bam! Put it up there.
Not mad. Not mad at John Stockton.
John Stockton, listen, one of the greatest to ever do it. We know what he did with playing alongside Karl Malone, the mailman, picking and popping, picking and rolling, dimes out his behind when it comes down to being a magician with that pill. Although he didn't win the championship, all-time leader in assists. I mean, think about
it. Also,
another
great team that didn't have a championship.
With double digits assists, John Stockton come in at number 5. Now, Andrea, give me some energy here. I need it. I need it to be uplifted right now. Give me some.
Bam!
Oh, yeah. He should be in the list. If you don't have Russ in your top 5 greatest point guards list in NBA history, you do not know ball. What he did needs to be studied. Go look back at that roster. Go look back at that Thunder's roster. That shit was dog shit. It was him and Steven Adams running that shit. And Russ found a way. I'm glad he made it on the list, and he should be on more lists. Shout out to Russell Westbrook, man. So inspirational.
The bro. Now look, I'm not about to get out my chair and start crip walking on national television, but when you talk about one of the greatest to do it, that is Russell Westbrook. Checks all boxes. The triple-double king. I understand he didn't win the championship, but damn it, he did what he needed to do when he was in the prime and peak of his career. Kevin Durant left Oklahoma City. People thought they was dead. What did the Brody do? Won the MVP and kept that organization afloat. Dave, I need you, my brother. It's been a long time. Long time coming. Give me some energy up.
Bam!
The big O.
So, Oscar Robertson, fair. You know, you got to put him up there for a top 5 of all time point guards. My personal list, I wouldn't have him on there. Or I would have him over John Stockton, and I would have put Chris Paul in there. If you're going to put Oscar Robertson in there, he has to be in there with Chris Paul. Because I think they're both better than John Stockton. And I think that John Stockton's a great point guard. He was a great defender. He could pass the ball. That pick and pop, the pick and roll. He could shoot when needed. He could score the basketball when needed. He had a great midi. There's nothing to be mad about what he did. I just think prime Chris Paul did it better. But I'm not mad at Oscar Robertson being on the list.
Oscar Robertson. He set the bar for Russell Westbrook. But not only did he average a triple-double for a few seasons or a season or two, but he also won the NBA championship. The big O, doing it all fashion. When you talk about being big at the point guard position, when you talking about the physicality that he played with, back in the old school. Now, I wasn't born, but damn it, I know my history. Coming in at number 2, I'm going to take it from here. Bam! Put it up there. Magic Johnson. Happy birthday, Magic.
You cannot have an all-time point guard list without Magic. Magic is, if not, one of the most important point guards of NBA history. Let me tell you why. Magic Johnson is a 6'7" point guard who in the finals played the center position. You got to understand that means that this guy could play all 5 positions effectively. I mean, I don't know if he should be playing a lot of center or 2 guard. I mean, he's not a great shot, but he could play it. He was the first quote-unquote demigod, and every other demigod has Magic Johnson DNA. Pause. LeBron. Kevin Durant. Shit, even KG and KD. Both of them. They both got the... And it doesn't even have to be like the handle. It's the footwork. It's the vision. It's the IQ. There's a lot of these players who are of that same bigger guard because they have the handle, but they're still 6'7" and can finish. But the mindset of what Magic Johnson brought was the playmaking, was the cutting to the basket, getting his team involved, and finding a way to get his team involved, overpassing sometimes. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it doesn't work. That's the LeBron James argument. Sometimes he overpasses, sometimes he doesn't, and it becomes an issue with that. But that's why LeBron, Magic, to a lower extent, Ben Simmons, his problem is he just can't shoot. Magic can shoot alright, and LeBron can shoot alright. But I'd rather not see Ben Simmons shoot anything. Niggas wildin'. So yeah, man. Magic Johnson definitely needs to be up there.
Help save the NBA. The Showtime Lakers, 6'9" at the PG spot. You know what happened when Kareem went out?
6'9".
Magic said,
Did I say 6'7"?
6'9". One of the greatest point guards, one of the greatest players to ever touch the damn basketball. Still top 10 player of all time in my eyes. That is Urban Magic Johnson coming in at number 2 and at number 1. Bam! Put it up there.
Yep. Steph Curry is the greatest point guard in NBA history. He knows how to play make. He does it. He can shoot the basketball. He's won championships. He has been the Robin when Kevin Durant was on that team. So he understands he can play that playmaking role, or he does understand he can take less shots and still win because of his playmaking, because of his IQ. Draymond is the playmaker on the team. I still think that Steph Curry also has a hand in that. One of the best of all time, Steph Curry. So, Kevin Durant's big list. Kendrick Perkins. I don't know what the fuck I said, Kevin Durant. Kendrick Perkins, big list. Steph at 1. Magic 2. Oscar Robertson 3. Big O. Russ at 4. And Johnny Stockton at 5. What do you guys think about the list? Overall, I agree. I had 3 of the names on here. I would replace John Stockton with Chris Paul. But that's me. I like Chris Paul a lot. I'm a Chris Paul fan, so yeah. But that's all I got for you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See y'all next video. Peace.